Okay, so welcome to today's workout. We're going to be doing a full body workout, but first of all, we've got to warm up. So with me, in 5 seconds, we're going to start jogging on the spot, just gently to raise your heart rate. So let's go 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 20 seconds. We're going to do our usual Tabata style warm up, which is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 10 more seconds, just gently at the moment. Okay, and rest for 10 seconds, shake it out, start to limber up a little bit. We're gonna go again in 3, 2, 1, jogging on the spot again, let's go. Bit faster, 10 more seconds, higher knees. And stop, okay. Now we're gonna stretch out our quads a little bit more by doing heel kicks. So I'm gonna face this way. I'm gonna go in 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds of heel kicks. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, and take a break. Should feel your heart rate rising a little bit as you warm up. And we're gonna go again in 3, 2, 1, heel kicks again, let's go. Kick all the way up. If you can kick your bum, that's great. If not, just as far as you can. Ten more seconds, a bit faster. Fast as you can, 3, 2, 1, okay. Take a deep breath. Okay, so the first stretch we're going to do a quick bit of stretching to continue our warm up now. We're going to do our greatest stretch of all time. You may remember this if you've done this before with me. So come down onto hands and knees first of all. Place your hands in front of your knees. We're going to bring our right foot up beside our hands, like so. We're then going to keep our left hand planted. We're going to reach down with our right elbow all the way to the right foot. Then we're going to reach that right elbow and hand all the way up to the ceiling. We're going to repeat that for 5 times, so 4 more times. Down with the right elbow and up to the ceiling. It's 2, 3, just go nice and slow. We're just warming up. It's not a race. 4. And 5. And if you feel your back clicking, that could be quite a good thing to get it moving. Okay, so we're gonna switch legs. So again, hands and knees, left foot up onto the outside of your hands. Keep your right hand planted. And then you're gonna reach down with your left elbow to your left foot. Then reach all the way up to the sky. And then back down. Left elbow to left foot and up. 2, nice and slow. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, come back up to a standing position now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to warm our shoulders up a little bit more. We're going to grab our resistance band. You should have a red resistance band like this. We're going to do some band pull aparts. So all that is we're going to hold the band at some sort of width. It's harder if you hold it closer. It's easier if you hold it further out. So maybe start further out. And then we're just going to hold it in front of us about chest height and then pull it apart, keeping our arms straight. We're going to do 10 of those. Now I'm going to hold it a little bit narrower. If it's too hard, you can just hold one side of the band and it should be easier. But I'm going to hold both. Let's go. 1, 2, medium pace, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, nice. Should feel a little bit of a burn in it. We're going to wait a second and we're going to do another round of that. This is a very important movement. It can seem boring. You think, why can't I just get straight into it? But the shoulders are very fragile. Any of you who've injured your shoulders will know. There's a lot of small muscles. This exercise helps strengthen those small muscles so you don't hurt yourself on things like push-ups and doing day-to-day life things as well. So let's do another set of that. Maybe hold it slightly narrow this time if you want a bit more of a challenge. Main thing is just to warm them up though. It's not supposed to be super hard, so let's do 10 of those again. Straight arms, keep it level and under control. 3, slow, 4, 5. Just squeeze your shoulder blades together as it comes back. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Okay, shake it out for a second. We're gonna do a bit more shoulder stuff now. So what we're gonna do is our shoulder rotations. You may remember these before, so you can start by hooking your thumbs into the ends of the band, like so, and then you're just gonna keep your arms straight and you're gonna rotate your arms all the way over to back and all the way over to the front. You may need to pull your arms apart to do this. If that's not too difficult, narrow your grip until it is a little bit tricky. You don't wanna be bending your arms. So let's do 10 of those. Let's go. 1, 2, so you're gonna go all the way down and back for 1, 3, 4, arms straight, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, perfect. Really good so far. So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna drop that. I was gonna say jump that, drop that on the floor. We're gonna do one more warm up. So come down to hands and knees. This is a great one for the lower back and also for your shoulders. We're gonna do some child's pose. So what we're gonna do is come on hands and knees, move our hands forward about a foot. We've done this before, and then just sit back onto your heels. Now come up, and we're going to pulse in and out of that. So slowly pulsing though 5 times. That's 1. As far back as you can. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, perfect. If that's sore on your knees, you can next time put a cushion under your knees for that one. So, ready to get into our workout now. This workout has got slightly lower repetitions than maybe you've been used to, but this is really to build strength. Because if you can build strength, the more strength you have, the more weight you can then lift. And if you can lift more weight, you will be able to make more progress. So building strength is very important to increase your progress. So even if the weights are lighter, you'll be able to lift more after doing this. So what we're going to do is our first movement is called a kettlebell Bulgarian split squat. Now this is a difficult movement, so you may want to grab a chair. I'm going to grab a chair now. For balance, just so I can demonstrate to you, but you don't have to use this. So what we're going to be using is something like a chair or a surface with a cushion on. For example, a sofa. I'm going to be using the sofa, and we're going to raise our back leg onto that surface, like so. What we're then going to do is make sure we're far enough away that we can do a lunge. So I can do a couple of demonstrations. I can do one over there and one here, so you can see it from a couple of angles. So our foot's going to be on the surface, or you can put it on your toes. So you can either have it on the flat of your foot or on your toes, however you feel. And then we're going to be lunging up and down. It's a hard movement. Most of you will want to start with no weight whatsoever. If you do want to hold a weight, if you do find it's easy enough to complete the reps, then what you're going to do is you're going to grab a weight. And again, if you need something to hold on to whilst you do it, just to get your balance, don't push off it, but just hold on to it. That is fine. And just go as deep as you can. The deeper you can go, the better. So if you can come near the floor, that's great. But not everyone's flexible enough to do that. I'll show you what it looks like from the side as well. So we'll move the chair. So one foot is planted, let's say it's left foot. The other foot comes up onto the surface, whether that's a small table or even a chair. You can do this on a chair. And then we're going to come down into a lunge like so. You can hold the weight or you don't need to. If you need to hold on to something for balance, that's also absolutely fine. And go as low as you can. So decide what setup you're going to use. I'm going to go for it without the chair, see how my balance goes, but that's by no means what you need to do. I'm just going to use this small weight as my legs are very tired today. And I'll do my first set here. So we're going to do 4 sets of 5 to 10 reps per leg. So 4 sets, 5, 10 reps per leg. Let's start with our left leg back. We'll mix things up. So bring your right foot far enough forward, or both feet, maybe about a meter forward from where you're going. So about 2 to 3 feet. Step back with your left foot. Keep your torso upright, look straight ahead, brace your core, and then you're just going to come straight down with your body. Now, I would hold the kettlebell on the opposite arm to the front leg, in fact. I actually need to step slightly further out so I can get deep enough. So let's get into this. Let's go first set. So I'm going to go for 10 reps, but if you can only do 5 or somewhere between 5 and 10, that's fine. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, change legs. So all we have to do is stand back where you were, same place. Place the other leg back, grab hold of something if you need to balance. Switch hands with a kettlebell if you're using kettlebell, and then come down again. Just need to adjust slightly, you may need to. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep your torso upright, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, it's burning for me. It's a really, really tricky movement, this one, but it's a great movement for building up all the legs, all the muscles in the legs, and also in the bum, and your core. So everything you need to look good and burn lots and lots of calories as well by using these big leg muscles. So we're going to take 60 to 90 seconds because this is a really hard movement. Get your breath back, and then we'll go again. I'll let you know when we're going to go again. And I will do this movement over here this time so you can see it from a different angle. I know I'm walking around, I'm just trying to loosen my legs up a bit. They're quite tired today, maybe yours are as well. It's okay to train with kind of sore muscles. This is something a lot of people don't realize. As long as they're not unbelievably sore that you can barely even bend them, although mine are close to that today. As long as you warm up correctly and you ease into the exercises, you don't just lift your heaviest weight from the get-go with no warm-up, you'll be okay. Okay, let's get towards being set up. So I'm going to pick up my weight. I'm going to come over here this time. Again, I'm going to stand about a meter away. Maybe I need to be slightly further forward for that. I'm going to go left foot back first of all. Get set up. There we go. And then I'm going to go into it. Oh, actually, I need to be slightly further forward. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Shake it out a little bit. Switch arms, switch feet. And then we're going to do the same thing. So again, find your balance point and then let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, push through the burn, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Halfway through, this is the worst exercise we're doing today in terms of difficulty, or the hardest, I should say. So again, we're going to take 60 to 90 seconds break. And allow your breath to come back. And it's absolutely fine if you're not able to use a heavy weight or any weight at all. And if you need to use a chair for support, again, there's nothing wrong with that. This is about you just getting to grips with this stuff. It's not about, being super advanced from day one, which is impossible, and then hurting yourself. We don't want you to do that. So about 20 seconds and we're going to get into it again with our left leg. So I'm going to start to get set up again. Make sure it's actually probably slightly further than a meter away. You will find a position where it actually moves nicely. If you're too close, it'll kind of, your knee or your shin will hit the sofa or chair, or whatever you're using. Okay, so let's pick up the kettlebell. I'm going to go left leg back, so also kettlebell in my left leg, left hand, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides, same thing again. Other foot back, get set up, and then let's go. 1, 2, oh, wobble here, hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, put that kettlebell down. Now, if you guys have sore knees, I have had knee injuries in the past. First of all, make sure you're stretching your quads out, but aside of that, I'm assuming you've had correct physio treatment for it. If this movement's too much, if it hurts too much from your knees, which I understand it can do for some people, you can switch it round. So instead of doing it with your front foot down, you can do it the other way. So maybe this sofa's a bit wobbly. You could find a chair or a low surface, maybe even a step, and you can do it this way. You won't be able to move very far, but you can just lunge like this. I'd potentially find something a bit lower though. And that should take some of the load off your knee. So get your breath back. And then again, in about 30 seconds, we're going to do our final set on this exercise. So we're nearly there with this one. It does get slightly nicer, in my opinion, anyway, from here. We have 6 exercises today, so we're getting through it nicely. We're already about 1/6 of the way through. So grab your weight. Hold it in your left hand if you're using a weight. If you're using body weight, you don't need to worry about this bit. And then take your step back onto the sofa or a surface you're using. Let's go. 1, keep your chest up, torso up, back straight. 4, 5, 6, go as low as you can. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now switch feet, switch arms, do the same thing again. Get set up and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, great work, guys. I'm going to put that down for a second. I'm going to fix the sofa. There we go. We're going to get back to it. So our next exercise, we're actually going to be using probably our heaviest kettlebell or one of your heavier kettlebells. So I'm going to bring this one out here. And we're going to be doing 2 exercises back to back. If you remember, this is called a superset. Just getting my breath back. So we're going to be doing 2 exercises. We're going to be doing, first of all, what's called a kettlebell Romanian deadlift. And then we're going to be going straight into a glute bridge just with our body weight. So the first movement, the Romanian deadlift, is a great lower body movement. It works your hamstrings, so the back of your legs, adding nice shape to them. And also, because it's a leg exercise, it will burn lots and lots of fat because it is a big muscle that you'll be working. You burn lots of calories and that will help you to burn fat. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our feet just wider than shoulder width apart, either side of the kettlebell. If I was front on it, it'd be something like this. Maybe slightly closer, something like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the kettlebell with 2 hands. And now this is what's called a hip hinge. And what we do is we shoot our hips back. The first thing we think about is breaking at the hips, like so, like someone's chopped you at the hips, and your bum goes back. Your chest stays up, your back remains straight. Our legs stay in exactly the same position. We have a slight bend in our knees. If I do it side on, slight bend in our knees, and we just go down as far as we can without rounding our back. We go down as far as we can until our back has to start to ground to get any lower. You don't have to go super low. So the Romanian deadlift, we're going to go heavy. We're going to do 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps, so it should be your heaviest weight and a nice slow tempo like this. Keeping your chest up, your core strong, and just keeping a slight bend in your knees. We're not squatting, not going like this. Slight bend in your knees, and you're maintaining that throughout as your bum goes backwards. So we're going to do that, and we're going to go straight into a bodyweight glute bridge, which is pretty simple. We lie on our back like so. Place our feet about shoulder width apart, slightly further away than we can reach them. So our legs are about 90 degrees, and then all we do is we squeeze our bum. So think about squeezing your bum, tucking your bum underneath like so, and then lifting your hips. You don't have to go really, really high, just until it's close to straight, but not quite straight, along the front of your body. So if I put my arms down, we're just going to squeeze our bum, raise our hips. Should be coming from your bum, not from your quads. If you feel it too much in the front of your thighs, move your feet further away and try it again. Or even closer, just move them around until you start to feel it more in your bum. And we're going to be doing 15 to 20 reps of those because it's relatively easy with your body weight. So I'm going to shoot for 4 sets of 8 and then 4 sets of 20, but you're aiming for somewhere between 6 and 8 on the first exercise and 15 to 20 on the second. So shall we get into it? Let's get straight into it. Let's go. So grab your kettlebell and we're going to do our Romanian deadlift. So stand up with it first of all, and then you're going to start from standing position, hips back. Let's go. Slow, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Place the kettlebell down, straight on your back, and then into those glute bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to be quick on the way up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, take a rest. You can stay on your back for a bit, or you can slowly stand up. So we're going to take about 60 seconds and then get straight back into that movement again. So this one, you may find you're not getting as out of breath as maybe you have been on the higher repetitions. The key thing to realize here is you won't be. This is normal. If the repetitions are lower, you're probably not going to be quite as out of breath. You should be a little bit. Your weight should be heavy enough that you are. If it's not, then go up in weight by all means next set. But you won't be quite as out of breath because you're not doing so many repetitions in such a difficult movement. But that doesn't mean it's not working. Just means that it's a slightly different feeling. That's all. You don't have to be sweating loads in order to see great progress. So let's get our weight again. We're going to go into those kettlebell Romanian deadlifts. I'll do them straight on this time for a different angle. And let's go. 1, 2, 3. Just go as low as you can. 4. Not too low though. 5. 6. 7, and 8. On your back, straight into those glute bridges. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, squeeze your bum, 7, 8, 9, 10, keep going, 11. If you can't feel your bum, touch it. I know it's weird. 13, and then feel it squeeze. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Great work. Okay, so we're going to take about 60 seconds rest again, maybe slightly less, and then we're going to go again. Like I said last set though, make sure you're going heavy enough on that Romanian deadlift. You shouldn't be able to do another 10 reps afterwards if I made you do it. You should only be able to do 2, 3 more reps. If you could do way more, either add a few more reps on the end, or make sure you've got a heavier kettlebell next time. You might want to invest in the weight up or a couple of weights up. Like this one, realistically, is a bit light for me, but I'm just demonstrating it. But for me, I would have to get a heavier kettlebell in order for this to work. So let's get ready. We're going to go into our next set now. Pick up the kettlebell. I'll go straight side on this time so you can see a different angle. And we're going to do our Romanian deadlift. So hold on to it, stand up straight, shoot your hips back, and keep that bend in your knees the same. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I did 10. Did some bonus reps there. That was supposed to be 8. Okay, we're going to go straight into our bodyweight glute bridges now. So move that out of the way, lie on your back, plant your feet, and let's go. 1, 2, squeeze your bum. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way down, all the way up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Take a rest. We've got one more set on this to go. Stand up, have a little shake out if you need. If you need to grab a drink of water, go ahead and do that. So after we've finished this exercise, this is our last pair on our legs. We're making sure we're working our full legs. So the first movement we did, the Bulgarian split squat, was more working our quads, and then this is going to work our hamstrings to the back of our legs, and then we're working our bum on the glute bridges. So we're covering all of the important muscles here. So we've got about 20 seconds to go. Make sure you're ready. Get your kettlebell and bring it over. I'm a little bit early, but let's pick it up and let's get going. So face forward, hold your kettlebell standing up, hips back, keep your knees in the same position throughout. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep your back straight. 5, not too fast. 6, 7, and 8. Great work. Place the kettlebell down, straight on your back, straight into those glute bridges. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, come on left glute, 19, 20. Okay, good work. Stand it up. So again, I'm gonna have a quick shake out. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna do another superset. We're gonna go from push-ups into push-ups on our knees. Now, if you can't do push-ups, and you can only do them on your knees, that's absolutely fine. You're just going to do push-ups on your knees. Let's move this kettlebell out the way. So what we're looking for in a push-up is for a completely straight line along your body. We don't want it to be sagging like this. That's not a push-up. We don't want your bum to be up like this. That's also not a push-up. Completely straight line, all the way down, all the way up. If you can't go all the way down and up, then some variation of that. You don't have to go as deep. We want our elbows to come in by our sides. If I was going forward on, our elbows will be coming in by our sides. They're not going out like this, which is how you hurt your shoulders. A lot of people do the old-fashioned push-ups with their elbows out. Elbows are tucked in by our sides. So we're going to do 4 sets of this. And we're going to do 4 sets of push-ups to failure. And then we're going to do 5 to 10 push-ups on our knees. But if you can't do any push-ups, which most people won't be able to at this stage, that's absolutely fine. You're just going to do as many push-ups on your knees as you can. See if you can do between 5 and 10. So I'm going to do push-ups and then onto push-ups on my knees. So let's go into your push-up position. If you need to start on your knees, you're going to be on your knees like this. If you're just starting out, your knees are going to be closer to your hands, like so. If you're a bit more experienced, move your knees further back. If you need to put a cushion under them, that's fine as well. But there'll be some variation of this, all the way to this. So let's go. 1. So let's assume I can just do 7, then I'm going to come onto my knees, and we're going to do 5 to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So some variation of that. If you're just doing it on your knees, aim for somewhere between 5 and 10, and just move your knees in closer until you can do that. If your knees have to be quite close to your hand, that's okay. We're going to take about 60 seconds and we're going to our next set. It doesn't really matter how many reps you're doing. The most important thing is that you're challenging yourself. You're going somewhere near your limits, but you're not risking injury by going and trying to do something you can't really do safely. Let's get your breath back. We're about halfway through the workout now, so you're doing really, really well. And we've also done the warm-up. So time-wise, we're already way past halfway. So in about 20 seconds, we'll go again. So I'd recommend we come down onto the mat now, into hands and knees or something similar. And let's go. So into whatever variation of push-up you're going to do, as many as you can, that's the main thing. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you're on normal push-ups. Now you can transition, or whenever you're ready, transition into your knee push-ups. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you might want to stretch it out in a bit of a child's pose. You can stay down here if you want. You can lie in your front, do whatever you want in between sets. So 60-second break again. We've probably had about 10 to 15. Shake it out again. You may be wondering, maybe, when will I be able to do push-ups? Well, it really depends from person to person, but the most important thing is if you consistently train with weights and you follow the right nutrition program, so one that controls your calories so that you lose fat, then as you get lighter and you get stronger, there'll be a point where you will be able to do push-ups. It's a combination of being light enough and strong enough. And when you have that power to weight, so the combination of your weight and how strong you are is correct, you'll be able to do push-ups. Okay, we're gonna go into our next set now. We're halfway through these. We've got 2 more sets to go. Let's go. Whatever variation you're doing, again, As many as you can. Maybe you'll do the same as me, but on your knees. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your core tight. 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm going to come down to my knees now and finish them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if you only do a couple, that's fine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's a tough one, this one. But push-ups are a great movement. They're a great movement because they help to strengthen your shoulders, your triceps at the back of your arms, and tone all that up, and also a little bit of your chest. And they will also, getting my breath back, they'll also help with your core because you want to keep your core tight as well. Even maybe a bit of legs. So we're going to go again, final set on this in about 30 seconds now. Then we've just got 2 more exercises or pairs of exercises to go. So let's make our way down onto the mat, even though we're not going yet. Maybe you want to shake your arms out a bit. Looks silly, but it feels good. Come down onto the mat. Hands and knees. Let's come into our push-up position. Whatever variation that is for you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now onto my knees. Let's go as many as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That really burnt, that last one. I'm not going to lie. Whew. Okay, shake it out. Doing really, really well. Now I'm going to recommend you get maybe your medium and lightest weights. Maybe your medium and lightest weights. So I'm going to put them side by side, something like this. So we're going to do a superset now. Another superset, 2 exercises back to back. Again, it helps us to get more exercises in at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a pendlay row, so a kettlebell pendlay row, followed by a kettlebell front raise. Sorry, I'm just getting my breath back. So what we're going to do, we're going to stand either side of the kettlebell like this, just a bit wider than shoulder width apart. We're then going to, just like we did on a bent over row, come down, maybe even wider than that, until we can hold onto the kettlebell on the floor with a straight back. You may need to raise the kettlebell up to actually do this. The key is you want to be able to hold onto it with your back relatively straight, roughly in line with the floor. You don't want to be rounding your back over, so you don't want to have to be doing this to pick it up. If you don't have the flexibility to do this, put a box or something underneath the kettlebell to lift it up until you can hold onto it with a straight arm with your back straight. And then what we're going to do is just row it into our waist and touch the floor between each rep. That's the difference between a pendlay row and a bent over row, is we're going to touch the floor between every rep. So from 45 degrees, look like this. And you can annoy your neighbors if you're in a flat like me. Once we've done the pendlay rows, we're going to do 4 sets of 6 to 8 per arm. So we're going to do between 6 and 8, we're going to do both arms, then we're going to come over to a front raise. So what this looks like is with the kettlebell, we're going to raise it up in front of us. So unlike the swing, we're not using our hips to send it up. We're just going to stay still. We're going to stay tense, keep our body exactly still, as still as we can, and lift it up in front of us. If this is too hard, even with 2 hands on that kettlebell, what you can do instead is you can get your resistance band and you can stand on your feet. And then you can raise the resistance band up, although it feels quite similar to me. Or you can just stand on one foot, makes it slightly easier. Raise it up as high as you can. Maybe you can only go this high. But do some variation of a front raise. So from the side, it will look like this. Body tense, grip with your feet into the floor, bum tense, abs tense. Lift it up in front. And this will work the front of your shoulders. And the pendlay row is doing your back and biceps. So let's get started with the pendlay row. 4 sets of 6 to 8 per arm, straight into the front raise. Again, 4 sets of 6 to 8, but that's 2 arms. So I'm going to do my right arm first on the pendlay row. I'm going to bring it onto the mat so I don't annoy the neighbors too much. Stand beside it. Bend over, brace against the other leg. I'm going to grab it with my right arm and keep my back straight and then row into my hip and then touch the floor. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good work. Leave that there. Come over to the front raise, whether that's with the band or the kettlebell. Let's pick it up, stand in the position where you stood up. Bum tense, core is braced, lift it up. 1, 2, quite slow. 3, not too fast. 4, don't swing around. 5, chin tucked. 6, 7, and 8. Good work. I may have been able to go a bit heavier on that second one. Well, hand on the first one potentially, but make sure you're lifting a weight that's challenging you. You couldn't do loads more reps, but maybe you could do 1 or 2 more with good technique. If you're not sure, maybe try a slightly heavier weight this set. Because you're not going to see any progress if you're just staying within your comfort zone. Your body is just going to go, I know how to do all this, none of this is challenging, and it won't change. So let's get our breath back, and we're going to go again in about, well, it would have been 6 seconds, probably about 30 now. We're going to do set 2 of 4. Okay, let's get set up for our row. Feet apart, brace, grab onto the kettlebell. Remember, it's got to touch the floor. Even release a bit of tension on it as you touch the floor each time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, straight into our front raise. I'm going to use the same weight for this one. Generally, you'll be using a lighter weight for the front raise. And let's go. Brace your core. Brace your bum. 1, 2, this is right. 3, 4, all the way up. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. Okay, 60-second rest. Then we'll get straight back to it. I'm actually going to increase the weight on my rows. I'm going to bring my bigger kettlebell over. As we're doing quite low repetitions, we want to make sure we're going quite heavy. The lower the reps, the heavier the weight you want to lift. 30 seconds to go until third of 4 sets. Okay, about 15 seconds. So I'm going to get set up again. Let's go down, so brace. Grab hold of your kettlebell and row into your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch hands, and let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put that down, straight into the front raises. Stand up with the kettlebell, brace your core, brace your bum, tense your bum, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no swinging, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. If the weight's right, you should be getting a little bit of a sweat on. I certainly am. I'm going to take 60 seconds and we're going to do our final set on this, and then we've got just one more exercise to go after that. Really, really good work. Now, it is important you take this rest. It can be really tempting. Maybe in the final set you can slightly shorten the rest, but it can be really tempting to take really short rests. That is not weight training. If you're taking really short rests, 10, 20 seconds, and that's as long as you ever take, that is cardio, that is not weight training. Things like body pump, body combat, they tend to be more cardio. And it's the reason why a lot of people who do those classes, if they're not in shape already, struggle to get in shape, because it's actually just cardio. Weight training is much, much better for getting in shape. So with that said, let's get into our last set. I'll go this way around this time for this last set, just to help with the angles. So brace yourself, grab it with your right arm, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch hands, brace again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. Straight into the next exercise. Pick up the kettlebell. Brace your bum, brace your core, look straight ahead. Chin down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent work. So I'm going to move these kettlebells out of the way. I'm going to keep one. I'd suggest maybe you keep your medium kettlebell, and then I'll show you the last exercise we're going to do. So we're now going to do a weighted crunch. Technically this is to failure, but I would recommend you're going to shoot between sort of 10 and 20 reps. Some of you, crunches will be really difficult. Some of you, you don't even use any weight. You'll be fine just with your body weight. But if you're more experienced with crunches, then grab a kettlebell and you can use that for a weight. So we're just going to sit back. And a crunch without the kettlebell is where we think about lying on our back like this, legs at 45 degrees, and tuck your bum under so your back is flat along the floor. Your back shouldn't be arched, it should be flat along the floor. Instead of doing the hip thrust like we did earlier, instead you're pushing your back into the floor and lifting your shoulders. So crunch is simply doing that. You can place your hands beside your head and you're going to lift your shoulders. It's not about lifting your neck, which I know some people can feel. It's about just lifting your shoulders, keeping your head in the same position. So try really hard to just focus this on the core and to be lifting the shoulders. You can place your hands on your stomach if you want to feel that activating, or you can place them on the sides of your head. I wouldn't place them behind the head because then you end up just lifting your head like this. That's not what we're aiming for. Now, if you want to use a weight, you can grab your kettlebell and you're going to bring it onto your stomach. Well, onto your chest, in fact. So it's going to sit between my chest, and then I'm just going to crunch up with that weight. It needs to be relatively high up on your body, or you will end up not actually lifting the weight. It'll just be flat on your abs. So like this. So when you're ready, guys, let's get into it. Whether you're using weight or no weight, maybe just start with none. We're going to do as many reps as we can. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Lift your shoulders up. 4, 5. Even if that's it, that's fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You've got to keep lifting your shoulders. If you stop, then just stop. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. When you start feeling it in your neck, it's probably when your abs are getting tired. Place that kettlebell down. Take a seat. Really, really good work so far, guys. I'm just going to take a seat like this. You can stand up if you want, but I probably wouldn't bother. And in about 45 seconds, we're going to go again. Maybe you'll get a few less reps this time. The key is once your shoulders stop raising off the floor, that's when your abs have failed. Maybe you can only do a couple of repetitions. If that's the case, that's okay. You just do as many as you can. If you need, you can also, let's say you're finding it really, really hard. If you need, you can bring your hands from here up to help you get those repetitions at the beginning. And as you get better, you can just keep your hands still and lift your shoulders. The main thing is you want your shoulders to come off the floor. The minute they stop, so you're coming like that and your head comes up, that's when you stop. So let's go again, set 2. I'm gonna bring my kettlebell over up onto my chest as high as I can. Just gotta make sure I don't hit the microphone, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, squeeze the abs, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. Hard to talk on this one. Kick on up. All right, we've got about 40 seconds left, and we're going to do one of our last sets. We've got 2 more sets to go. Okay, guys, nearly there. Keep up the good work. Got about 20 seconds left, so I'm going to grab a seat again. There's no need for you to stand up on this one. Stay in this position if you need. Just rest it out and then go when I say to go. So again, if you're going to be doing it with the weight, bring the weight, even if it's your lightest one, onto your chest carefully, as high as you can put it on your chest. And then let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, shoulders up, 5, 6, 7, all the way down, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Check that weight down, and we've got 1 more set to go. Whew. This is a good ab burner. Now, a quick note, if you can't make all of these workouts, I know some of them are a little bit longer than others, like this one's a little bit longer, then what you can do is you can just, miss out a couple of sets at the end. We tend to do them in order of priority in terms of the exercises. So if you have to miss, let's say the last set of this, I wouldn't recommend it. If you can get away with doing all of this, it's going to be the best for you. But if you absolutely have to, let's say you've got an appointment to go to and you have to go now, then this is the time if you have to miss a couple of sets off the end. All right, let's do our final set, guys. Let's get this done. Onto your back, put your weight onto your chest. Be careful, and then let's go. 1, shoulders all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, as many as you can, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew, stand it up. Well done, guys. That is the end of today's workout. It's a really tough one, so great work for joining in. If you have time, do a quick stretch off now. Stretch off those areas you know you have issues with. Otherwise, go ahead and have a great rest of your day.